Hello, sweet darling.
Hello, darling.
Hello,
Hello.
sweet
It's a
darling.
lovely day.
It's
Lovely.
absolutely fabulous, darling. So just don't mind us, guys. We do this in private because we got to have a laugh. We can't take life too seriously,
No.
and we like to bring a bit of fun as well to the channel and videos, and a little bit of lightheartedness and stuff as well. But there will be some serious things in there as well, and in our videos, and we'll touch base on things and what we notice in the world, and just whatever really. So yeah.
Yes.
So what should we
Reporting
start
from
with?
the galaxy. I am
Yeah,
here to bring you this news. Why am I speaking in this accent? I'm American.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
go ahead. Sorry.
Let's hope my backdrop, it could do with a bit of an iron, to be honest. It's a little bit, it's a little bit. I'm working on it, guys. Okay, with the sound and everything, I'm improving. I'm getting there. But yeah, in my last video, it fell. You could hear the
Oh,
Velcro like, and I was like, yeah. So yeah, I'm just making do with what I've got really, but I'm working on it, guys. So, but hey,
I don't
you
even
know.
have a background, so yours looks great. Mine is the window and some plastic drawers in the background, so don't feel
Yeah.
bad.
Oh no, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Exactly.
So,
We're real. This is
fine.
what we do. We just be
Mm.
us, just be you. That's all you can do,
Exactly.
right?
Sometimes there's mishaps. Sometimes there's a lot of umming and ahhing and losing our train of thought, or just anything can happen with these videos. And I guess that's kind of what brings a bit of fun and surprise to
And
you guys.
it does happen.
Yeah.
Well, I guess let's get down to it because I know people are wondering I don't know what the title of this is going to be, but I'm sure it's going to be really exciting and interesting. And I know that when I watch videos, I want to get right down to it. So they're probably scrolled just right past what we just said, but that's fine. Some
Mhm.
people, I get it. I feel you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, what are we going to be discussing today?
So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the skies in England. I don't know if I know it's happening in England and large parts of England with fog, mist. I want to talk a little bit about that, my understanding, what I believe it could be, and share with you, what other people believe that it may be as well, because it could be many different things. It's just very strange. I think it's 6 days coming up now. We've just got
Mm,
this weird. It's not even fog. That's the thing. We know what fog is. Fog moves. You see it moving, yeah?
yeah.
You like it's almost like clouds. Not even necessarily clouds, but it just moves. It has this movement, yeah?
Hmm.
And it's
Interesting.
not. It's everywhere. It's like a sheet of this white mist. I wouldn't even say fog because it doesn't look like fog. It's just this mist. And but anyway, we'll get into that a little bit soon. But yeah, just want to talk a little bit about that. And
So it's been
me and
happening since before Christmas?
I guess so. Yeah, well, yeah, it has been. Yeah, at least where I am anyway. And
Okay.
it's happening in most parts of England right now. And even the normal people, non-conspiracy people, are even questioning like this is not normal. It doesn't feel normal. And it's day and night. It's not just night. It's day and night. It's it just hasn't broke. It just hasn't broken up. It's there. It's not like it comes, it goes. It's rolling in. It's just there, and it's been like it now. I don't for like it's got to be 6 days coming up now, and I don't even remember seeing the blue sky anyway before that, because it was very cloudy and overcast anyway, which is obviously normal here at this time of year in England. But yeah, and of course I'm not saying fog and weather things is not unusual. Of course it is, but this is different. It's not like fog.
Mm.
And people have reported on well, they've basically been saying all sorts. I've got screenshots. I'll include them. Probably not, because it'll have their names. But anyway, the type of comments they're leaving is like, some people are reporting on saying that they're tasting a metallic taste in their mouth when they're outside. People have taken videos, which I will include, of it's the way it falls. It's not, like fog again. It doesn't fall. Fog doesn't fall from the sky. It's just
Right.
there. It moves. Yeah, it's like thick. It's like a cloud or clouds. Yeah.
Right.
So this is like droplets. It's
Weird.
fine droplets. It's
Do you
almost
feel
like,
it when you're out in
yeah.
it? Do you
No,
feel it?
not really. But
Huh.
it's almost like very fine rain,
So it
except
doesn't
that you
leave a
can't
moist, it
feel it.
doesn't leave anything
No,
on you like a
no.
residue?
No, it's
Weird.
so bizarre. I'll include a video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But it's very fine, and you can see it under the light. It's like just this fine whatever it is. It's just trickling down, but it's
Yeah.
not creating any wetness.
Huh.
Not that I'm aware of. Perhaps on the cars, I don't know. But it's not like, and it's constant. Do you know what I mean? It's not leaving wetness on the clothes or anything like that. So,
That's so
it's very
weird.
strange. So of course, people are saying it's cloud seeding. I know that I came across an article not too long ago saying that, given as a heads up, that they were doing it openly out in the day, weren't they? Cloud seeding and chemtrailing, but now they're apparently, according to this report, they're doing it at night, as if what, we're not going to notice.
Yeah. Well, and cloud seeding, why in England would you need cloud seeding? Especially during the
Well,
time of year
yeah,
where you already have clouds. That makes no
yeah.
sense.
It's just very strange. And why would they need to cloud seed? Clouds happen naturally and organically. We know how clouds
Yeah.
work. We don't need to manipulate clouds in our skies.
It,
You
it,
know,
it none of it makes sense to me at all. It just
yeah,
it feels nefarious, and I mean, I'm not trying to fear porn people, and I'm not
yeah.
just I mean, when something isn't right, you know it in your gut, you
Mm,
feel it, and
mm.
this doesn't feel right.
And also, as well, I just want to mention that, of course, it's not unusual for people to get sick, especially this time of year. um, which is something else, entirely, which I won't get into that. But, typically we see people getting sick this time of year. So many people are complaining of having sore throats and feeling under the weather, quite literally. And, they're not got like you would with typical flu symptoms. They're not got snotty nose or chesty chest. It's just a lot of it is, high fevers, or feeling very warm, sore throats that just won't shift. And I'm thinking, well, it's probably, from breathing in
Connected.
whatever is being collected in the sky.
Yeah, it's
So many
connected.
people, yeah, as well as, of course, there's colds and flus and stuff like that. But a lot of people are reporting on having, these sore throats, just all of a sudden just appearing out of nowhere, and then just lingering and stuff. And yeah, I mean, my intuition anyway, it's up to you guys what you want to believe, but my intuition, was just, it told me not to go outside, or to not go out as much, very little,
Yeah.
as much as possible, really.
Well,
Um,
also people, if you're experiencing this, I just want to say real quickly, sorry to interrupt. If
so,
people who are watching are experiencing this where you live, please feel free to say something in the comments. Let us
mm,
know, because we're curious. We want to know if it's just happening where, where she lives, or if it's everywhere. It would be good to know. This is the only way we can know, is by talking about it on YouTube
mm,
and social media, because the real news is not going to tell us. They're not talking about
yeah,
this. So we need to communicate and get this, find out, just investigate it ourselves, which is what we're
yeah,
doing. I can only say just briefly that here we did have a little bit of that, not like yours where it's falling like
mm,
lines or anything, but it was white for 3 or 4 mornings in a row, which is kind of unusual this time of year. We had white, dense fog up until about noon, kind of
mm,
like they have in California on a regular basis. But this wasn't smog. It's not smog. It's not from any kind of, we don't have factories here. It's not pollutants. This doesn't
mm,
happen on a regular basis here, and it's very, very rare for it to happen this time of year where I live. And
mm,
so it happened for about, I'm going to say right around Christmas, right before, right, and on Christmas. It was foggy all day and into the evening,
mm,
and then just cloudy. and that's not normal. And right before when it started happening, my daughter got sick, and
Mm.
somebody else that she worked with got sick, and it wasn't a cold kind of sick, it was more like a flu-like symptoms. It wasn't COVID.
Yeah.
It was like a fever and then sore throat. And
Mm.
this isn't normal. So I
No.
could say that we've had it too, but not to the extent that you've had in England, where it's been like 6 days straight where you don't even have any sunlight at all.
Yeah.
And at nighttime, it's still like that, right? At night?
Yeah, yeah, you can't see blue skies in the day, you can't see the stars at night. You
Mm,
know, going back to what I was saying, you know, even normal people are like questioning and like, what's going on? This isn't normal. And then you get the odd person saying, oh, it's always like this every time around this year. And I'm like, no, it isn't.
mm,
I've experienced many Christmases where it's been sunny, it's been clear blue
yeah,
skies and, you know, the odd cloud and that. This isn't normal, and the fact that normal people are intuitively picking up that something's not right is very telling, you
yeah.
know. And of course, you know, we've heard all sorts. They're blocking the sun, they're blocking the drones. It's
Mm,
a way to make us ill. Um, it's depopulation, and I believe in all of that because they have the technology and they've been doing it for a long time. But you know, of course, you know, a lot of us get mocked and ridiculed and stuff, but I'm just past the point of caring what people think and believe now,
exactly.
because the thing is, the truth is going to come out. It's already coming out. It's just whether you want to take the time to read, you know, or do the research. And you don't even have to do the research because, you know, there's I've seen on newspaper articles now, apparently it's to do with Bill Gates. It's
Hmm.
part of his getting the so-called, you know, I don't know this 1000%, but this is an article that I read. Apparently it's to do with Bill Gates. He's already
Uh,
done something over here regarding our milk. There's a
oh,
huge thing with our milk. I can't remember the name of the brand.
yeah.
Excuse me, guys. But anyway, there's a whole thing with the milk going on around, you know, at the minute. So
And it has to do
basically,
with Bill Gates?
it's to do with Bill Gates. So, but
Interesting.
basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the comments. He give the heads up basically for our country, or he's got some involvement where they're basically they're putting a chemical basically in the cow's feed.
Mm.
It's getting in the cow system, which then is affecting our milk. And even normal people are freaking out. It's in our dairy products, not just the milk, it's in our dairy, it's our butters, it's our cheese, it's in all the dairy. And
In
there's
the
so many
meat too, if
different.
you eat meat, it would
Well,
be in the
yeah,
meat, right?
it would
Yeah.
be in the meat. But I'm surprised actually no one's talked about the meat. But of course, if it's everything else, the meat's going to be affected as well. Even normal people, um, the moment that they realised it was Bill Gates, obviously, you know, been having that when they had that thing in their arm, they've obviously a lot of them have woken up because of that just alone. The moment they
Mm.
heard Bill Gates had something to do with it, they were like, there's videos all over of them videoing themselves, chucking everything out of the fridge, all the dairy products, you know, and shoving it in the bin. And we've got shelves and shelves and shelves all over England where no one's buying this milk. And we've got,
Wow.
like, you know, the clearance section. There's like
Yeah.
butters, cheeses, and milk. So even reducing, you know, this big brand butter that we have, it's called Lurpak, which is expensive. You know, they're trying to sell and flog that now for like £1 14 pence. People are
Wow.
interested. The people are
So
waking
people,
up.
they're not recalling it? I'm surprised.
I know. So yeah, so they're saying that it's to do with Bill Gates. So he's obviously influencing, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's trying to populate. Well, I mean, we all know that
Yeah,
he's trying to depopulate, and
yeah.
that was his mother. His mother's also her agenda because she was
Mm,
involved in eugenics.
mm,
So that whole thing was about depopulating and only
yeah.
having the right kind of DNA,
Mm,
in the elite DNA,
exactly.
survive.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you could have the slave class, but there won't
Mm,
really be too much need for the slave class because there'll be AI bots, doing everything soon.
mm,
So the humanity, the average human, really won't be necessary, and will just be taking up space. So
yeah.
obviously, he and his cohorts want to get rid of us, and so I wouldn't be surprised if that. I'm not saying that's what it is. For entertainment purposes only.
Mm.
It's just speculation, but it's possible.
Yeah.
Maybe, perhaps that's what's being sprayed in the skies as well. Something to
Mm.
depopulate.
Yeah.
Also to hide the skies, because if they're after these drones were appearing, they don't want people seeing them, right? So
Mm.
let's just make the skies this weird milky white color so they can't see through the clouds to
Mm.
see the drones anymore. Or not the drones, but the orbs. Not the
Yeah.
drones. We know the drones are ours anyway. They're our
Mm.
our 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 programs. Our military has those drones. That's us.
Mm.
But the orbs are what the orbs. I'm not sure if this is what's going on. This is just again speculation, but it looks like they're here to either stop something dire from happening, like maybe a nuclear disaster or a nuclear war, or maybe
Mm.
they're here to observe what is happening, or to raise frequency, or to
Mm.
help aid raise the frequency of the earth. I mean, there's so many different possibilities, and it could be more than one reason why the orbs
Mm.
came here. Um, I We were talking about the second sun, and what, how they put in a sun in front of the sun to block the actual sun, because the sun is actually a portal through which interstellar spacecraft come through to enter this, this solar
Mm.
system. And so the orbs come through that, and I sent you an old painting from 1561 in Nuremberg, where there was an illustration or a drawing or a painting of when this happened before, when orbs, it actually has an account written by the someone who witnessed it firsthand, that there were orbs that came through the sun, and they watched the orbs come through the sun, these spacecraft come through the sun and have a battle in the sky over
Mm.
Nuremberg, Germany in 1561. And this isn't something they teach us in school. So it's fascinating to do your research on that, but you can just Google that and you'll find that information. It's right there at our fingertips still. They haven't taken it away from us. So
Mm.
it's interesting to look into these things. That this has happened before, and it
Yeah.
happens every so many years,
Is it
and it's happening
2000?
again.
Is it 2,600 years or every 26? I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't
Something like
remember
that.
offhand, but
Yeah.
every few thousands of years. So
Yeah.
1561, it's what, 2024, do the math. I mean,
Mm.
it's that many years. So I'm not doing the math in my head. I'm not that good. So anyway, sorry to get off topic, but I just thought that there's all these different possibilities, and why not
Oh,
discuss
yeah,
them? Yeah.
absolutely. And I believe there's like more than one agenda. I think there's many agendas within an agenda. You
Yes.
know, you know, I believe as well, because obviously with this mist, this thing in the air, obviously it's blocking the sun out, and we need the sun. We're not getting any sun come through. We're not getting any light codes, especially because we're on this ascension path. So, a lot of we need the sun. That's what's accelerating this ascension right now. We need it. We need it, of course, on a 3D level, because we need the vitamin D. I mean, we need that for our bones, our mental health, and just our overall health. And, obviously the ascension, we need that to assist us. And so they're blocking that out as well. I don't know how long it's going to go on for. Hopefully not for much longer. It's just horrible. You just feel like you're a prisoner in your own home. Those that are aware that something's not right. Of course, there's many people still going out, doing their usual lives and not battering an eyelid. But it's just all this stuff is happening around us, and different things. And it's just people are starting to question, and people are just waking up, and they're just like, what's going on, and connecting the dots. you know I'm just going to be honest, it's not normal, it's not natural. It's up to you guys what you want to believe, and it could be one of the many things we've spoken about, but it's manipulation. I believe that much.
Yeah. And they're trying to make it the new normal. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They put it out there. They see, oh, is anybody going to say anything about this or do anything about it? And
Mm.
then when we don't, then we've consented to it and we've allowed it to,
Exactly.
and
We
so
just
they'll just do more of that.
we're just allowing it to happen. I just want to quickly mention as well about the birds, especially where I am. The bird, usually, the birds are out, aren't they, all day, and then around sunset, they have their crazy, chirping, gathering before they go quiet, before they go
Hmm.
wherever they go at night, and then they come back out again early hours in the morning. The birds here are non-stop. You don't get a break. I mean, of course, there's probably pauses and slighter, quieter moments than other moments, but it's constant from when you wake up to when you go to bed. They're just
Did this just start
discombobulated, they're
happening?
confused. No, it's been happening for a long while,
Okay.
and I just didn't think anything of it. But it kind of, I'm hearing them again the other day, and then with the mist and that, and I'm just like, obviously animals
Are reacting to it.
are
Yeah.
reacting to something and trying to tell us, and that's what nature does. It tries and tells us, and we either pay attention or we just ignore. So even people aren't really questioning that. Maybe you might do now I've mentioned it. Have you been hearing the birds constantly, especially in England? Like they're out all the time. From
Hmm.
They just don't stop. you know
Right.
I remember it being quiet at night, and then usually they come out about 2, 3 in the morning, and then you're like, oh no, not the birds already. Not now. I need to sleep. We joke,
Hmm.
don't we? Like, you think, oh, if we hear the birds, that's it. Now we're not going to sleep. But no, it's like it's constant. It's
Wow.
so strange. It's so weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Mm,
That is
it
very odd.
really is. Yeah.
I don't think
Mhm.
that's happening here. But I do know, like right now, it's cloudy again, which is
Mm,
very unusual for this time of year in Florida. This is the
mm,
dry season, so we usually have bright, sunny sky, blue sky days almost every day this time of year. And
mm,
it's starting to come out a little bit, but it's been cloudy all morning, and
mm.
it's been like that. People come here for the sun this time of year. So it's
I
kind of,
know.
and I think it's a little bit, it's a little bit sketchy that it's happening around the holidays too. Like that it's happening,
Yeah.
around
Mm,
Christmas, and I don't know, maybe I'm just making too much of it, but my gut feeling says this something is up, and
mm,
some areas of the world I feel like are being more attacked than others for whatever reason. I don't know,
mm,
but there's got to be something going on. And if anybody wants to comment on that, feel free to give us your opinion in the chat or
mm.
in the comments.
Yeah. And if you're in England, especially, yeah, leave a comment. Let me know where about you are in England, and perhaps leave your thoughts. What are your beliefs on what's happening right now with this? It's like chemical mist. That's what I believe it is, of some
Mm,
kind. And it's so weird, just we can't see above it. In fact, there's a video of a guy. He's got a drone, and
mm-hmm.
he's taking it up through the mist. And once he gets to the top, it's literally like a sheet, a
Yeah.
perfect sheet, of this thick white stuff. And of course, below that is what we're seeing down here. But then
And the
once it
sun
gets
is
past that
shining
line,
perfectly and
yeah,
everything. Yeah.
perfectly. It's so bizarre. It's
Yeah.
just so strange.
Wow.
See, if that was like natural fog, it wouldn't be like a sheet. It'd be, it'd have, like
It'd be
clouds. It's kind of,
transparent. Yeah, there'd
yeah,
be some transparency here and there. Yeah.
yeah. But it's so strange. But anyway, I'll include that video. So
Yeah.
yeah, let me know what you think, guys. What are your thoughts? So yeah, is there anything else? So we've obviously a short one. Is there
Oh,
anything
no.
else
N No, I think that was it. Yeah, we
yeah.
just wanted to put that out there and just to get some feedback
Mm,
from, our viewers, and what do you think it is? And what do you also think, what do you think about the orbs and what they are, where they're coming from, and what they what their purpose is, and is it good? Is it bad? Is it both? Uh,
mm.
what do you
We did
think?
a video on the drones and orbs. If you want to check that out, I think
Yes.
it's drones, clones, and that. So I have my belief, and I also have. I asked the guys upstairs, and they kind of showed me, you know, in imagery, if you like, what they are, what they belong to, what's the purpose, and then we shared, you know, just some other things about our beliefs and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, so just yeah, I think that's it really. Just a short one, but it's just to bring awareness really, because we're just so used to just accepting, you know, like I think it's just one of those things. It's like people just are not thinking about anything. They're just so in the matrix, you know, focused on life and that, and all this stuff is happening around them, and they're just not questioning anything. And this is why they get away with what they're doing, as we mentioned a little bit earlier. But yeah, anyway, I'm just repeating myself. But yeah, let me
No,
know
it's
what you think.
that's a valid point, because that was another thing I was going to bring up, is that, you know, if it's okay to question, it's
Mm,
okay to not agree with everything that someone is putting out there, you know,
mm.
and it's okay to not agree with us. We're not going to, you know, we're not trying to put something in your face and say this is the truth and you must
Yeah,
believe it.
there's no
Uh,
ego with me.
whatever you want
Yeah,
to think it. We're just discourse. We're putting the discourse out there and
yeah.
discussing it. So whatever. We're not trying to start anything that, like, you know, oh, you must follow us, and we're
Mm,
the only ones with the truth, and we know what we're talking about, you know.
yeah.
And if somebody is doing that and you don't feel comfortable following them anymore on social media, I hope that you don't feel pressured to continue watching them by your peers or whoever's like also follows them. You know, you don't have to follow someone if you don't feel like it jives with what you're thinking or feeling. You know, it's
Mm,
fine. You can have a different opinion or different thoughts or feelings, and not have to give in to what other people think is cool or good or whatever. And that includes us. So not that we
mm,
have so many followers or anything, but you know, just saying. Because there are, you know, people out there that are putting down other channels and saying nasty things about them because they don't think that, you know, what they're saying is right or good or whatever, or correct. um I mean, maybe there are people out there that aren't correct, but that's not up to me to say that. It's up to you to use your intuition, and then you can choose whether or not you want to follow them. I'm not going to tell you not to follow someone or not to watch them, you know. So that's just my 2 cents. Sorry. Wanted to get that in there
no,
before
no,
we
it's fine. No, it's great. Yeah, like we're not going to be offended if you don't like our videos or if you unsubscribe. You know, there's no ego attached at all. There's no service to self. Always service to you guys, to service to others, and
right.
yeah, we're just real. We're authentic. You know, we
That's
just share our beliefs, our understandings, our visions, sometimes premonitions and stuff. And as I mentioned before, just because I receive them doesn't mean to say that, you know, it's I've always interpreted it right. It doesn't always mean that just because I received this doesn't mean to say that I've not been tricked myself. You know, so as well, we have to use our discernment always with
Yep.
me, with anyone, with any channel, regardless whether they've got a big channel or a small channel. You know, just always use your discernment. If something feels off with them, just listen to your intuition. Listen to that. Listen to your higher self, and don't, you know, second guess your abilities, you know,
Right.
because you know,
Exactly. Don't give your power away.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't give your power away, exactly. And but anyway, I think that's it for this one.
Yes.
And yeah, I hope you liked it, guys. If you do, please give us a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments. Do you want to see more videos like this of me and Linda? She's also got her own YouTube channel, so it's called Potentials. Did you want to just quickly share with them
Potentials.
what Potentials is, type of channel it is?
Oh, yes, thank you. It is a channel based on the potential that everybody has. Everyone has potentials to be something, to be a catalyst for helping other people. And so that's what I like to. I have a lot of different things on my channel, a lot of different things. I have mostly interviews with other people, but I have people like, you know, Frank Chile, who is a UFO investigator, Chris Beskar, who owns Stavati Aerospace, and he talks about the hover car, which is a car that hopefully will come out in the future, where we'll be flying in the air. So, I'd like to see the potential for that would be great. And then just other people who just want to help make a change in the world in some positive way. I like to have people like that on my channel. So it's mostly me talking to other people. Every once in a while, I'll throw something in there that I just like a reading from a book or a song that I've written, or like a magnetohydrodynamics experiment that I've done, or something weird like that. I like to talk about quantum physics and things like
Yeah.
that, and the quantum world. So there's all kinds of stuff on my channel, and it's called Potentials. So Potentials Podcast. I think it's YouTube at Potentials Podcast, and then I have a Patreon as well, where I have some subquantum kinetics information on there that's kind of somewhat classified, so I have to have it on a Patreon channel so that only some people can access it. If you pay to access it, you can access it. So anyway, uh, thank you for having me on Galactic Voyager, because it's a great channel as well. She speaks on a lot of different things, and I really enjoy your content as well, because you have I like how you do your graphics, and you make it so interesting visually, as well as the storytelling of the things that have happened to you and the experiences that you've had that are just fascinating. It's like I feel like they're relatable, but at the same time fantastic, like,
Yeah.
wow, that you went through that, you experienced that. Like, that's not everybody, and some of the experiences are not were not fun for you at all,
Yeah.
but some of them were, just interesting, just like how, like, you have the psychic abilities that a lot of us have, but have remained dormant and that haven't been encouraged. And so therefore people don't know that they even have it.
Mm.
And so the nice thing with, I feel, your channel is that you, you express your gifts and talk about them, so that people who may have them also might feel like they could try to use their gifts as well.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I think that's important, and I like to share that as well with people. We have the potential to use our powers. We have the potential um to use our powers in a positive way, as service to other people, not to ourselves, but to other people, to the greater good, to humanity, and to other beings as well, and to the entire galaxy. So let's do that. That's what I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to seeing in the future.
That's it. I mean, thank you for that, Linda. I
Sure.
really appreciate
Thank you.
that. And yeah, I'm getting better with the graphics. We're figuring it out as we go along,
I think
But
they're
I've
great.
really, thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, as what you were saying, we all have psychic abilities and gifts, and a lot of us don't recognize or even believe or notice we have them. So when I share my experiences, or share examples of, the types of things that I experience, it helps people recognize the same qualities within themselves that they looked over, and they'll be like, oh wow, yeah, I can do that. I did that once. Or I'll trigger a memory within them, and they'll be like, oh, that's what that was then. It makes sense why I was
Right.
feeling this way. And wow, I didn't recognize these abilities, and and things like that. And
Right, because they all
yeah.
have these titles like,
Mm.
clairvoyance and
Yeah,
telepathy, and you hear these terms and you're like, oh, I can't do that. But then
yeah,
when we describe the experience, then you realize, oh, I actually have done that, and so it
yeah.
makes it more real, and
Mm.
more approachable, and more like something you could try on your own,
Mm.
and to get better at doing, and to improve. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly. And they'll be like, oh wow, I've had all those abilities all along and I had no idea. I'm like, yes,
Right.
exactly. Because the movies portray these abilities to be like something like out of Marvel, like very
Right.
just huge.
Yeah.
I can't think of the
They
right
make it
word.
very grandiose and in
Yeah,
a
that was
way that
it.
it seems
That's the
like
word.
only a superhero could do. But we are
Yeah.
superheroes, each and every one of us. And it's
Mm.
just like we don't have to dress in costumes and act all,
Yeah.
like, to use our powers. We just do them like every day and in a very nondescript way, and people don't
Mm.
even realize they're doing it. Like the way we even just help each other as humans, the way
Mm.
we just assist each other so naturally in a very normal average way. It's actually amazing if you really
Mm.
look at what we do. And so it just don't feel like you can't do these things because you can, and you already have,
Mm.
and it's just like somebody who doesn't think they can sing, or somebody who doesn't think they can play
Mm.
an instrument, or they don't think they can draw, or they don't have any creativity, and then they find out that they can,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
so we can. It's not impossible.
Yeah. And also as well, too often people compare themselves. Some people
Yeah.
compare themselves to others or listen to their experiences and be like, oh wow, she's obviously got ability, she's got gifts. And it's like, no, we all have. Like, we need to stop comparing, and
Right.
we need to not stop focusing on other people and start going within and recognizing your own gifts and abilities. They're there.
Right.
You use them every day, and you just don't even
Yes.
realize it. That's another thing as well. So,
Yep.
I'm helping you to recognize those abilities within yourself, and I am helping people do that. They've commented and reached out to me, and but this is what I mean. This is the purpose of my channel, as well as showing, with what I believe is going on in the world, or I share obviously my visions, premonitions, and things like that, and my own experiences. Most importantly, I share my own experiences to help you guys piece together, this big puzzle. I'm just a small puzzle to the piece. Linda is. And then this is what we all do. We all bring something, to this planet, to this world, and we're just
Really.
helping one another. Service to others, not service to self. Like I see, unfortunately, with a lot of people. But anyway, we won't get into
Real,
that.
really, really well said. I mean, I feel like that is really what we are. We're puzzle pieces. No one
Mm.
piece is any more important than the other piece.
Mm.
We all need each other in order to make this puzzle happen, to put this puzzle
Mm.
together. So yeah, that's really a really good analogy. I like that. But thank you everyone for
Yeah,
watching. We're gonna take off now, but we appreciate you watching, and thank you for liking and subscribing and for supporting our channels. We really do appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you again next time.
yeah. Speak to you soon, and new upload, guys. Bye.